And at 6:18, let's talk a little politics. We are closely watching the map behind me. I've gone ahead and colored it for you. So we are talking about the swing states. We're going to focus on places like Florida, of course, Nevada, Pennsylvania, Michigan, and then Ohio. That's another big one. Right now, we want to bring in our Roundup panel. So, Jose, take it away.
All right, thanks a lot, Rita. You know, joining us this morning is our Roundup panel. We're talking about Republican strategist Jacquie, Baly, Democratic analyst Dallas Jones on the end, and Democratic media consultant Mustafa Tameez. He's in the middle, and they're here to discuss the road to 270.
Yes.
Let's start with New Hampshire. Now, you have a graphic that you're going to show us first.
Yeah, we do. I'll go ahead and point to it right about now. Yeah, and remember, New Hampshire, there are only about 100 residents there. So under state law, there's 4 electoral votes, but under state law, they are able to start voting at midnight. And then as soon as everyone's been accounted for, then they close the polls. So they voted Democrat in the last 5 of 6 elections. And then something else you need to know is that Trump leads after that midnight voting. Remember, 100 residents. So that allows them to open the polls and then close them when everybody's been accounted for. Jose?
Okay, so what are the chances? We're talking about 4 electoral votes up there.
Yeah, Trump's in the lead right now, and of course we all know that he's a populist more than he is a conservative, so it makes sense that he would be the first Republican in quite some time to take that state. Usually it's gone to a Democratic candidate, but I predict that he's going to maintain his lead and get New Hampshire.
Mustafa, what do you think?
I think he's got to pull a straight flush, and the odds of that are pretty slim. Although he's ahead of the poll, it's ahead of the poll towards the end of it, and not enough momentum to close the deal.
Yeah. Well, I think, again, we're talking about polling and not actual numbers. I think as we look at the uptick in Democratic voting that's happening across the country, I think a state that has traditionally fallen into the Democratic column will continue to do so.
Rita, next state, Nevada.
All right, let's pull it up for you here. Let me go ahead and click on it. Doesn't look like it's working for us right now, but what I can tell you about Nevada is that it is typically a red state, but the last couple of elections, it's a blue state because in 2008, and then of course in 2012, President Obama took the vote.
Just got to love technology. When you need it to work, all of a sudden it goes on the other end.
Donald Trump has been tapping at it too, and he's had the same response as Rita. It's not working. It's not working.
Wrong.
Latinos are turning on to vote, and he can't stop them.
Well, he does have a point. Donald Trump was leading in Nevada. Then we saw a surge in Latino voting, and so people are now saying maybe he's losing that edge. But we are also seeing an increase in white population, not as large as we're seeing in Florida, but we are seeing an increase in white population as well. So that one is more of a toss-up. It just depends on, at the ending of the day, Latinos versus the whites.
Is it a toss-up, Dallas?
Well, Vegas has been good to Donald Trump in years past, maybe in the real estate market, but not necessarily in this evening's results. I think the Latino vote, strong union state, is going to pull the Democrats through in that state, and I think it goes to Secretary Clinton.
We have the biggest swing state right now to talk about, and that's Florida, my home state.
Hey, it's called the swingiest of states. Did you know that? Let me go ahead and click on it, and then I'll pull up the bullet points for you. So bottom line, this is crucial. Candidates need Florida, and, well, they need to take Florida in an effort to win, given the past elections. 29 electoral votes is what we're talking about. We've got the most diverse swing state as well. We've talked a lot about the Latino vote, and then lean GOP since the year 1952. Here's something else to make note of. When President Obama won Florida over Mitt Romney, it was by a 0.9 percentage. So that just gives you an idea of how close it was. Jose?
Florida is a very close state. And what are you feeling?
Look, I think that Florida started early voting. Almost 5 million people have voted already in Florida. Florida is going to surprise people because that's one state where a larger number of Republicans are going to cross over and vote for Hillary Clinton than any other state. And I think you're going to see a big surprise in Florida tonight.
I told everyone that if he loses in Florida, it's going to be very hard, and it's going to be a very early night. We've seen a 20% increase in the white population in Florida. So they're hoping, projections are hoping that, are saying that that's probably going to Trump. We've also seen a large surge of Latino, but not as high as 20%. So Florida is the edge is now leaning towards Trump.
Florida makes me nervous. I think looking at the point difference between President Obama and Romney in 2012, it could make neither side sit comfortably in the state. It does have a surge in Latino population, but surprisingly, I mean, Florida has also sent 2 Latino senators to the United States Congress on the Republican Republican side, right? And so, you know, there's a different type of ideology there. I would call this a toss-up. I can't say it's going to go one way or the other.
We've got to wrap it up right now. Thank you so very much, and we will be checking back with you throughout the morning. We're so glad you decided to come in on your election day.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.